We know it's June, but March 2025 dropped some major games you might have missed, from action-packed sequels to fresh RPGs. Whether you're catching up or just curious, this video will cover the biggest March releases that made headlines and stole hours of playtime. Let's rewind and check out what made March epic. One of March 2025's standout releases is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Originally launched on the Wii U, this updated version brings the massive world of Mira to new platforms with visual upgrades, performance improvements, and some quality of life changes. You play as a member of Blade, an organization trying to help humanity survive on an alien planet after Earth's destruction. The game blends open-world exploration with real-time combat, where you control a party of characters, use arts with cooldowns, and unlock giant mechs, called skells, for both travel and combat. The Definitive Edition smooths out the experience with better resolution, faster load times, and improved menus. The updated controls and refined interface make it easier to get into, especially for players new to the series. While the story is more focused on world-building than character-driven drama, the real draw here is exploration. Mira is huge, detailed, and packed with things to discover. If you missed it the first time or enjoy deep RPG systems and sci-fi settings, this version might be worth checking out when it drops this March. From the depths of ancient war and magic lore arrives the first Berserker, Khazan, one of March's most anticipated game releases. In this mythic action RPG, players step into the brutal shoes of Khazan, a legendary warrior cursed with Berserker rage and an immortal soul. Khazan's journey begins after a betrayal by his own king, unleashing a thirst for vengeance so intense it awakens a primal force within him. As the first Berserker, he taps into Berserker fury to shred hordes of enemies with savage weapon combos, but every hit drains fragments of his soul. Your skill tree splits along two paths. The savage branch amps raw rage and brutal finishes, while the runic branch harnesses ancient magic to temper the Berserker affliction. Choosing whether to lean into chaos or seek redemption transforms both combat style and story outcome. With stunning visuals, a heart-pounding soundtrack, and pulse-pounding boss battles, the first Berserker, Khazan challenges players to wrestle with the savage within. Will you embrace your darkest instincts, or reclaim your humanity? Ready your blade and brace for the Berserker's call. Next up is Atomfall, one of the most unique-looking games of March 2025. Developed by Rebellion, this survival action game is set in an alternate 1950s Britain, shortly after a nuclear disaster. Inspired by real events from Windscale in 1957, the game blends Cold War paranoia with folk horror, creating a tense and eerie atmosphere. You play as a survivor trapped inside a government quarantine zone, where something far worse than radiation is spreading. Expect more than just scavenging and stealth. You'll deal with rogue government forces, mutated wildlife, and strange cults obsessed with the fallout. The gameplay mixes exploration, story choices, and light combat, all in a moody, semi-open world. Atomfall doesn't rely on jump scares or over-the-top action. Instead, it builds a slow, creeping sense of dread as you uncover what's really going on. Think Stalker meets Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, with a strong British identity and mysterious lore. If you like survival games with a strong narrative and a distinct setting, Atomfall is worth watching. It launches on Xbox Series XS, Game Pass, and PC in March 2025. Definitely one to keep an eye on if you enjoy story-rich exploration. In March 2025, one of the most striking action RPGs dropped quietly but left a lasting mark, AI Limit. Set in a dark, post-apocalyptic world, AI Limit puts you in the role of Arisa, a blader, a synthetic lifeform born from forgotten technology. She walks alone through a dying world, on a mission no one fully understands, not even her. Combat is fast, brutal, and stylish. You'll dodge, slash, and counter through corrupted machines and massive biomechanical beasts. Think Nier. Automata meets Dark Souls, with tight melee action and a haunting, emotional core. The world itself is breathtaking. Crumbling cities, glowing ruins, and a fusion of ancient tech and lost civilization. Every zone tells a story, and every boss feels like the end of the world. But this isn't just about combat. It's about identity, memory, and survival in a place where humanity feels like a forgotten myth. AI Limit might not be the loudest release of March, but for players who crave deep atmosphere, emotional weight, and challenging gameplay, this one is absolutely worth your time. In the silence of the ruins, Arisa walks alone. If you're a Bleach fan, Rebirth of Souls is the game you've been waiting for. Launching in March 2025, this anime fighter brings iconic characters like Ichigo, Rukia, and Byakuya to life with a dark, stylish visual flair and hard-hitting combat. Unlike traditional arena fighters, Rebirth of Souls blends fast-paced action with cinematic finishers and a deep parry-based system. Every clash feels intense, with timing and precision being the key to victory. You can play solo, face off in PvP, or dive into tag team battles where you can swap between characters mid-fight. The game also features alternate versions of fan favorites from different arcs, like Hollow Ichigo and Bankai Rukia, adding variety to the roster. Developed by Tamsoft and published by Bandai Namco, this game isn't just banking on nostalgia. It's aiming to be a solid fighter for both anime fans and competitive players. Whether you're in it for the slick visuals, the strategic combat, or just to relive Bleach's best moments in 3D, Rebirth of Souls delivers a fresh energy to the anime fighting genre. Keep an eye on this one, especially if you're ready to shout Bankai in style.
Kill you! I can't die!
Up next in our March 2025 lineup is Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land, releasing March 21st, 2025 on PS5, PS4, Switch, Xbox, and PC. This is the 26th mainline Atelier game and kicks off the new Envisioned sub-series. In Yumia, you play as Yumia Liesfeld, a talented young alchemist in a world where alchemy is taboo. She's part of an expedition into the ruined Aladician Empire, trying to unravel its mysterious downfall. The continent you explore is an open-world playground filled with hostile monsters, environmental puzzles, and secret ruins waiting to be purified through discovery. Crafting returns with a bold twist. Gather rare materials in the field, then synthesize exploration tools, gadgets, and combat gear using the innovative mana system. You can even build bases on the fly, complete with decorations and furniture. Combat is real-time but strategic. Swap weapons mid-battle, combine skills, and execute item-based attacks like spears and swords to fight grouped enemies. Early reception is positive. IGN called it cozy, and Metacritic scores around 80 highlight its charm, despite mixed reviews on pacing. For longtime Atelier fans and newcomers alike, Yumia blends the series' signature alchemy and character-driven charm with modern openness and combat. Game of the Month contender? Absolutely.
Yumia がやられた。回復を頼む。全員敵の攻撃を警戒しろ。クルセイドラッシュ。どけ。まだまだ。
Assassin's Creed Shadows is finally here, and it's already making waves. Set in feudal Japan, this long-awaited entry delivers everything fans have been hoping for: stealth, swordplay, and a truly immersive world. You play as two main characters: Neo, a nimble shinobi who moves like a ghost through the shadows, and Yasuke, a powerful African samurai based on a real historical figure. Their stories intertwine as you explore war-torn Japan during the Azuchi Momoyama period. What sets Shadows apart is its blend of playstyles. Neo specializes in parkour, traps, and stealth kills, while Yasuke takes on enemies head-on with heavy weapons and armor. You can freely switch between them, giving each mission a different feel depending on your approach. The open world is stunning, filled with changing seasons, roaming patrols, and dynamic weather that affects visibility and stealth. Cities like Kyoto and castles across Japan are filled with political drama, side quests, and hidden secrets. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the series, Assassin's Creed Shadows brings a bold new direction with depth, variety, and historical flavor. It's not just a new setting, it's a fresh start for the franchise. WWE 2K25 steps into the ring this March, bringing the heat just in time for WrestleMania season. This year's edition celebrates the 25th anniversary of the WWE 2K franchise, and it's packed with nostalgia, new modes, and major upgrades. The Showcase mode highlights iconic WrestleMania matches, letting players relive historic moments from legends like The Rock, John Cena, and Becky Lynch. MyGM and Universe mode return with deeper customization and improved AI, giving players more control over every feud, title match, and storyline twist. WWE 2K25 also introduces a new Faction Wars online co-op mode, where you team up with friends to dominate rival stables. Character models have been polished, entrances are more cinematic, and crowd reactions now feel dynamic and real. On the gameplay side, controls are tighter and reversals feel more fluid. Whether you're in a fast-paced triple threat or a brutal hell in a cell, the action stays intense and responsive. If you're a longtime wrestling fan or just love chaotic, over-the-top matches, WWE 2K25 is worth checking out. It's not just a game. It's a celebration of wrestling history with a modern, competitive edge.
And those who weren't have faced with continued attacks from the new bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside this structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat. I even asked Tama backstage.
If there's one game from March 2025 that truly left a mark, it's Rise of the Ronin. I've completed it, and I can honestly say, it's one of my favorite experiences this year. Set in 19th century Japan during the Bakumatsu era, the game drops you into a world torn between tradition and revolution. You play as a Ronin, a masterless samurai, free to choose your path. What really impressed me is the freedom it gives you. Every decision, every alliance, and every battle shapes your story. The branching choices aren't just for show. They genuinely change your experience. Combat is slick and satisfying. Swordplay feels weighty and precise, and mixing in Western firearms adds a fun twist. Exploration is rewarding too. From crowded Edo streets to misty countryside roads, every location feels alive. The story is rich with emotion, politics, and betrayal. By the end, I felt like I had actually lived through this turbulent era. Team Ninja has outdone themselves. Rise of the Ronin is more than just another samurai game. It's a meaningful journey about freedom, loyalty, and finding your place in a changing world. Don't skip this one.
This is more than I bargained for. I'm not familiar with your style, but it's quite effective.
If you love story-heavy games with real choices and a twist of psychological drama, Split Fiction needs to be on your radar. Made by Inkswitch Studios, this game puts you in two timelines at once. Two characters, two realities, one set of choices that affect both worlds. Each character is dealing with their own trauma, but what you do in one timeline changes the other. That's the hook. It mixes memory, fiction, and reality in a way that really gets in your head. Think Life is Strange meets Control, with a bit of Alan Wake on top. Gameplay is all about exploring, making choices, and feeling the pressure. It's not fast-paced, but it's never boring. The tension stays high. The story hits hard. There's a smart mechanic too. Memories in one world can open paths in the other. And yes, your ending depends on what you've uncovered. Gamers are already loving the writing, the music, and the way both characters feel real. If you like games that make you think and feel, Split Fiction is worth it. Split choices, split worlds, one unforgettable story.
Can you handle a gun turret? Is that a common question you ask people? Or any weapons for that matter? I had a slingshot when I was a kid. All right.
That was our look back at the biggest game releases from March 2025. Missed any of them? Now's the perfect time to catch up. Let us know your favorite in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gaming content.